Okay, we're now recording, and we'll go over here. Boom. You cannot minimize Zoom when you are recording this meeting. Okay, so let's go here. Oops, I need to share my screen first. Oops. Honey, help.
All right, snap back on. It usually go back in. See what's going on. Go back. Snap on it. You gotta push the button. There you go.
Push the button.
There you go.
Okay.
Push the button.
Share screen.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to share the movie. Hello, my name is Will Brando. I'm the chairman of the Association of Warm Season Grass Producers. And I'm here today at our first summer meeting at noon on Saturday session to talk about the association warm season grass, what the association has done, what we're doing now, and what we hope to do in the future. Warm season grass, or WSG as I refer to it when I send out emails, is we primarily think of 4 different varieties: switchgrass, big blue stem, Indian grass, and the scanthus. There are other warm season grasses. However, these are the 4 primary ones that we concentrate on. There is sorghum, which is a warm season grass, but that's an annual grass. In other words, you have to plant the seed every single year. These 4 grasses, you plant them once, and they come back year after year. They're a perennial plant. There was a tremendous amount of talk about warm season grass, switchgrass in particular, after George Bush talked about switchgrass in a State of the Union address. However, there was very little market for it. Everyone started planting it, but then they grew it and nobody had a use for it. So a group got together in State College about 5 years ago and talked about the problems with growing warm season grass and the fact that there was no market, and decided to form an association. They formed the Association of Warm Season Grass Producers. I was on vacation in Costa Rica at that time and I was unable to attend the meeting, and I ended up getting elected chairman of the group and have been held that position ever since. The group has 4 primary objectives. The group tries to promote planting and the use of warm season grass. This has been the primary objective over the last few years, trying to get more and more grass in the ground because the demand for the grass has increased dramatically. And we work to maximize the profitability of warm season grass. I've sold grass for as little as $5 a bale and as much as $70 a bale. I prefer to sell it at $70 a bale, but we started out low and we worked to get the price of grass higher. We assist in educating growers on the implementation of best practices for managing and harvesting the crop. We have videos, we have documents, we have all kinds of things available on our website dealing with this particular objective. And we support and encourage entrepreneurial activities that further develop the use of warm season grass in all areas of agriculture. We're trying to encourage new markets to develop. As you can see from this slide, there are a number of different ways that warm season grass can be used. We've concentrated on a few of them thus far, but we're hoping to expand our involvement in promoting different markets. The plan to promote warm season grass has been pretty simple and straightforward. We attend events. We've gone to a number of different events. For example, we've been at the Harrisburg Farm Show. Dan Chokas, the Cooperative Extension of Penn State, invited us to participate in his booth, and we were there for a couple of years with Dan. Thank you, Dan, for that invitation. But today we provide the poultry bedding, switchgrass poultry bedding for the poultry barn, and it's incredible how that change in the poultry barn has made a difference in the aroma, the smell in the room has pretty much gone away. We go to Ag Progress Days in Pennsylvania Furnace. We won't be there this year since the event was canceled, but we hope to be back there again next year in August. And we set up a booth right on the corner adjacent to the sample plot, which is there behind the booth. You can just barely see the plants behind that guy in the green jacket. And we had a very successful event there last year, and expect to be there again this coming year. We went to the Keystone Farm Show. That's Mike Palco down in York, Pennsylvania. Had a 10x10 booth there. Talked to a lot of farmers about warm season grass, and got a lot of membership for the association. We attended a number of different county fairs, primarily providing the poultry bedding for their poultry cages. Quite successfully as part of our efforts to get the word out on how good warm season grass is as a poultry bedding. There's one of the cages at the Lycoming Fair. We hand out literature. We have a lot of literature that's available on warm season grass. It's been developed over the years. This is an ad in Lancaster Farmer that was part of a grant project to try and develop a census. Where is the grass located in the Northeast? This is a piece that talks about the association and answers some questions. This is a piece about poultry bedding, and when we started our efforts on poultry bedding, this is what we developed. This is a 17-page manual on pellet production using warm season grass that was done by Dane Chokas and a group of students at Penn State Cooperative Extension. When we worked our census, this was the handout that we developed for that particular event. And this is a document that was done by Scott Singer, which is a best practice document describing how to harvest warm season grass. If when you harvest grass, you cut it too short, you end up with stubbles in the field that will go right through a tractor tire. And that certainly causes maintenance issues. This was a general publication that we did way back on warm season grass. And this piece was done by Sarah Wurzbacher when we first formed the association to try and get the word out. You can see up there it says new producer group supports grower needs in the developing industry, and it certainly has developed in the short time we've had the association. And this, of course, is our membership form. So as you can see, we have a lot of publications out and available. We promote entrepreneurial activity. We're trying to get others to promote warm season grass, and through these entrepreneurial activities, they are doing that. We partnered with the Pocono Northeast Resource Conservation and Development Council. You may remember them as the ones who developed the portable pellet unit, and we combined with them to write a grant and apply for funds to do training on grass pellets for stoves. And you may wonder why grass pellets. Well, I can grow a crop of grass in 70 days, and it takes 20 years to grow a forest. So we felt that grass pellets was the way to go, and we wrote the grant, and we got funding to do 10 sessions throughout the counties that RC&D Council services, and we did on-farm grass pellet production. I was the primary presenter inside, and these 10 sessions, we did about 1 hour session in the classroom. There's a graph on the wall of the cooling racks. And after an hour inside the classroom, we went outside and actually made pellets. That's in the yellow shirts, Larry Hartpence and his son Don, excuse me, making pellets with the PTO-driven unit, and they came out quite well. This is a video, if I can get it to run. There it goes. White smoke is the steam. Moisture level is critical in making pellets. The brown is the dust coming off of it, and it's doing quite a job making the pellets. Poultry bedding is another area that we promote. It was started by Amy Barclay, did a study on poultry bedding with a SARE grant that she obtained. And there's a picture of Amy Barclay working the equipment, and next to her is Paul Patterson, Dr. Paul Patterson from Penn State University. He was Amy's advisor, and they were doing on-farm poultry processing, poultry bedding processing, and they found that warm season grass worked just as well as the traditional wood chips or wood sawdust that was being used in poultry houses. But wood products are becoming more difficult to obtain, and the price has been going up, so they were looking for an alternative. Another area that we promote is silk socks. This is Frank McDonald's farm with his big square bales ready to ship out. Silk socks are those snake-like things you see along construction sites. And traditionally, they've been filled with bark or mulch, wood mulch, and there's advantages to using switchgrass as opposed to using bark or wood mulch. When they're filled with the wood products, they're quite heavy, and it takes a special machine or a crew of men to put them in place. Where if they're filled with switchgrass, they're quite light and easy to maneuver. One guy can lay them out. The other thing is that when the wood product decomposes, which they eventually do, it leaves an acid as a residue, and switchgrass does not do that. So there's major advantages to using switchgrass as silk sock fillers. There's a load of bales going off the farm in Wapwallopen. They would come and pick them up and take them to the factory, grind them up and put them into their silk sock containers, and then package them like so, with shrink wrap around them to put them on a tractor trailer and ship them down the road. Commercial greenhouse heat is another area. There's a greenhouse in Harmony, New Jersey that uses big square bales to heat the house. They have 7.5 acres of greenhouse heated with switchgrass, and they're always looking for switchgrass to burn in their special furnace. Pagnotti, James Pagnotti in Hazleton has a mine land reclamation project that uses switchgrass. They plant switchgrass in these areas that look like nothing more than stone, and the stuff grows and holds the soil so that it controls erosion and eventually replenishes the soil quality. Gasification of warm season grass for electric generation. They burn switchgrass in this unit and produce heat and steam and make electricity. This was at a farm show day at Frank McDonald's farm. There was also the warm season grass to drop-in fuel USDA project, where they're using pyrolysis to generate this drop-in fuel. It's quite an extensive operation, but it's being done. In addition to all of those activities, we go and we speak at events about the association and the warm season grass. The PASA, Pennsylvania Association for Sustainable Agriculture, has been one place that we've attended and had booths there, and we've done presentations there, reaching a lot of folks about warm season grass. We traveled to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and did a presentation at the International Biomass Conference, and were very well received at that event. And right here in Pennsylvania, the Mid-Atlantic Bioenergy Council had an event where they came on the farm as one of their tours, looked at the grass, and then the next day we did a presentation at their conference in State College. And social media. We have our own website. That's the address of it, awsgp.org. And you should certainly check that out if you haven't done so already. And there's the main page of the association's website. And then we have our Facebook page, which, as you can see on the right, has a lot of participants. We have business partners in the association. They participate. There are businesses that benefit from warm season grass production, and we put their website links on our website. We've applied for grants, and following up on Amy Barclay's project, we've been quite successful with the Sustainable Agriculture Research and Education Organization. We've received 3 grants from them. The first one was a single producer scale preparation of warm season grass for poultry bedding. SARE was the technical advisor on that project, and we explored how to prepare warm season grass going from a 7 to 8 foot stem down to a stem less than an inch and a half, and what worked, what didn't work. And we learned a tremendous amount about producing poultry bedding through that grant operation. The second grant we received was led by Mike Palco and sponsored by the Pennsylvania Soil RC&D Council. It was to develop markets. That's the grant that funded the bedding at the farm shows. It funded the census of where's the grass, and the report of that is on our website. And the grant we're working on right now is a grant that again is sponsored by the Penn Soil RC&D Council, funding coming from the SARE organization. And this is to produce a trailer mounted system that will produce poultry bedding. The idea being that we will share this device or this unit amongst farmers where they can produce poultry bedding on their farm. We've got almost $30,000 on this grant to produce a device. And there's some of the equipment. It's up at Len Reggie's shop on his farm. And I was up there a couple times to check things out, and he's doing an amazing job putting it all together. It's quite a complex device, and the timing of the flow is critical so that things don't load up or bog down. And I was there last week, and we identified a couple issues that we need to address, but it's almost finished, and that's going to be a future presentation on the Saturday noontime events. Our membership dues are very reasonable. We get most of our funding through grants. Supporting individuals is $10, a producer is $25, and a supporting business only costs $40. But you don't have to pay dues to be a member of the association. We'll email you, and we have almost 300 people that are receiving emails about warm season grass. There is the name of the group, the 4 primary objectives of the group, and I hope that I've covered and answered questions about what we're doing, how we're doing, where we're going, and where we're going forward. There's a link to the website and my email address in case you want to reach out to me. Thank you, and I'll switch back over to live and see whether or not you have any questions. Any questions?
Should we raise our hand?
Go ahead.
What's the most profitable use of the grass right now? Is it the bedding, or is it the, for the tubes, whatever? What do you think?
The most profitable is the poultry bedding.
Okay.
Now, it depends upon whether you're talking money or quality or quantity, because the poultry bedding market is just developing. Bruce Trumbauer is setting up a permanent poultry bedding operation in his barn to produce the poultry bedding. And he will be doing a presentation later in the summer on that setup. And he's gone around to a number of different marketing facilities, that sell ag products, and the interest has been tremendous in terms of selling his product. The problem he's facing is how does he package it, and how does he sell it by weight? Does he sell it by volume? And he's exploring those things yet. So he hasn't gone into production. I anticipate that by the end of the summer, he'll have all that worked out just in time for winter time. But he'll get close to $400 a ton, which exceeds the $150 a ton for silt sock.
Now, is he gonna take grass from other producers, or is this strictly his deal?
Well, he'll have close to 100 acres of grass by the time he finishes planting all the land that is available to him. It depends upon how it takes off.
Right.
If it goes gangbusters, which I think it will, he will probably take grass from other growers. Okay. And what we're hoping with the portable unit is that we'll move that around to grower locations, and you can produce your own poultry bedding. And you'll have, the plan right now is that the machine will go for a month to a location, and you can run it, produce bedding. It works really, really well. When I was up there last week, I was amazed at how much progress Len had made putting it together. He has a work table, and then he has a big round bale unroller that he built. And you just unroll it, and it goes into a conveyor and into a chopper and down to the hammer mill, and then out another conveyor and up into the trundle mill to get the dust out of it, and then into the bag. So it's quite an efficient operation. And if you want to be part of that group, send me an email, and I'll add you to the list of farmers that will get trained on how to use the thing.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. I thank you all for coming.
Oh, Will, by the way.
Yes.
The machine is done.
Oh, it is? Okay, Len.
I'd like to test it one more time before you take it with the generator and everything.
Okay.
So let me know when you could get up here.
All right. All right. Kyle comes back. Kyle that bought the farm, and we're going to store it in the cow yard of the barn. He'll be home on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, so maybe the latter part of next week will come up.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, great. And we'll do some filming and get ready for a presentation on it then as well.
Yeah, I should have my other system done by then too, with the self-unloading wagon.
Okay. Oh, super. We'll film that at the same time.
Yeah, I'm putting a roof on it, and then I'll start grinding some grass.
Excellent.
So that's another option for producers. We can show them how it's done and see how it works.
Excellent. And all of this is stuff that we learned on our first SARE grant on what works, what doesn't work. Glenn has been a primary contributor to engineering stuff for us, and his shop is incredible. I covet his shop whenever I go there, and it's really a neat setup. Anything else, folks?
Thanks for organizing it.
Hey, thank you for being here. I appreciate seeing you all. It's worked really well. Don't forget next Saturday, same time, 12 o'clock. Stephanie Herbstreet will be here doing her presentation and have a chance to get together again. Thanks again for coming in.
Yep. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. In the right-hand corner.
I know I shut it off.